Okay, so coming from February, the Three of Cups reversed is meaning that there's not been socializing. Okay, maybe it's because of the situation and because of the types of emotions that are coming up from the situations causing you to want to isolate yourself, and so you're not socializing, or somebody in the relationship isn't socializing. And when you isolate yourself, it causes, yes, you need downtime. Everybody needs downtime. But when you isolate yourself, and air signs do, Gemini. So air signs you like to isolate yourself because that is how you organize your thoughts and how you become clear in your own mind and get that clarity back, which when you're clear in your mind, Gemini and all air signs, when you're clear in your mind, you have your power back and you feel at peace with yourself. So you're taking some time, and you still are, because the outcome of March is the Hermit. You're hurt and you're retreating. Okay. Even if you're in a long-term bond, you may be putting yourself into work or spending time by yourself, focusing on everything else but communication. Okay. But for you, that's how you do get your strength back, and how you get clarity is by spending time thinking. And we have the Ten of Cups reversed here, and the Ten of Cups is really the ultimate happiness card. And when it's reversed, there's a piece of that that's missing. So in your love life, this is your primary card for March. So in your love life, Gemini, you are feeling that there is a piece of your life that's missing. Even if you're in a long-term bond, it could be love. You may be missing that emotional connection. But at the same time, if you're isolating yourself, Gemini, you're not going to have the bond. Okay, so there's this weird dichotomy about how people need love and need the connection, but then they choose to isolate themselves because they're hurt, but you become less hurt by being near people and gaining trust around people and believing in love. So you're not doing that yet. So something is topsy-turvy in your love life, in your emotional life. You are isolating yourself. Now, what I do see, Gemini, is your challenge or your benefit position. This can really be your challenge and a benefit, is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is saying that be happy with your life in terms of, I don't want to say your life of being single. The Nine of Pentacles does normally represent somebody that has a full and complete financial security, emotional security. He or she is happy with how their life is, regardless of a relationship. Okay. There may be one, but there may not be one. And she's happy regardless. If he or she is single, she's perfectly happy being alone, or surrounded by her own material wealth that he or she has built for themselves. So what this is saying, Gemini, is to focus on, even if you're in a long-term bond, even if you're in a marriage, okay, if you're isolating yourself and you're needing that, that last level to feel full, emotionally full, the key is, and it's hard to do, but the key is to be happy doing your own thing, building your own thing, focusing on your own goals, okay? Now, Venus is retrograde right now also when we're coming out of that Pisces solar eclipse, which impacted everybody. So things are a little weird right now in terms of relationships, strange communications from the past, random things happening with people from the past. So it's just odd right now anyway. So just accept that and accept the weirdness that is going to be over the next few weeks. But the key here for you, Gemini, is focus on yourself. Find a way to focus on building your own happiness. Even if you're with a long-term partner, just talk to them and say, babe, I am going through a thing. Okay, we had a fight. It's not setting with me well. I need to retreat a little bit and organize my thoughts. And in the meantime, I'm going to be spending a lot of time at work. Okay, it's nothing to do with you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just need some time. Okay, communicating that is, then they'll say, okay, or they'll fight a little bit, but you got to communicate that if you're in a long-term bond. You don't just go away, because that causes them to become anxious, especially if they're like a fire sign. Okay, all right. So what's grounding you, Gemini? the Knight of Swords. This says that you are trying to fix something, or you want to fix something. You want to come in and fix a scenario through communication and trying to get clarity. Okay, so you are hurt, you are retreating, but you also may have these moments where you push, maybe to get an ex back, maybe to bring somebody into your life that you've been thinking about for a long time. Now, the symbolism in this card is epic, really, because the Knight of Swords is always considered a very rash energy, okay? Charging in without really thinking through things, which is weird because air signs, which are represented by the swords, always think through everything. But there's like this sense of urgency with the Knight of Swords, where there's this burning building, or at least in his perspective, it's this burning building, and he's the only one that can come in and save it, so he's just going to charge in and fix it. And this can be... people tend to get hurt when they act in this way, because that's not the way to really solve problems, okay? And if it is, there's some codependency in this. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying the air sign is. I'm saying that this energy, this type of activity can be codependent in a way, and it's not healthy. So the best thing is to step back and think through things and slowly work through things, okay? Out of all the cards in the whole tarot deck, this is the only one that could be considered like high soft level, okay? High soft level. This is the only one that could be considered kind of dangerous, because this is the one where like the ex comes back and knocks on the door, and they're done, the relationship is over, but he or she's not accepting it, so they just like keep sending flowers, or they show up at 2 a.m. and they're drunk and they're crying, okay? So that's this type of energy. Okay, trying with their whole heart to fix it, but completely in the wrong way. Okay, feeling the victim of the relationship, as opposed to how can they build it and make it stronger and empower both people together, you know? Okay, enough of that. What's crowning your March is the Emperor reversed. Okay, so you're not feeling in your power, or your retreat and isolation and actions, possibly, Gemini, are causing your partner, maybe in a fire sign, to feel out of whack also. Okay, so the Emperor is somebody, when it's upright, of course, somebody that is completely in charge of their domain, their mind, their actions, their schedule. I mean, they're dialed in and they forge ahead. They completely own themselves. When this is reversed, they are not owning themselves. Something is kind of like off kilter. Something's keeping them from being in control, okay? And it fusses. It's not good, because it causes emotional stress. Okay, and we're only talking about love here, so this could very easily be a work reading, but when we're only talking about love, whether this is your energy or your partner's energy or your love interest's energy, something is definitely off, and it's frustrating, okay? Most likely both of you. Just remember the key here, okay? You have to be happy and content with yourself and who you are and where you're going and what you're doing. Without that state of mind, without that clarity, and without that confidence, love can't be real and whole, okay? In your future, the Nine of Wands reversed. So this is good, okay? The Nine of Wands is feeling bombarded, too much work, kind of cowering and feeling a little bit beat up by your situation, by all the activities you have going on. Okay, maybe a lot of people trying to get you involved in a lot of different things. You're just feeling bombarded, so you retreat and you kind of surround yourself with yourself. All right. Again, this is something that you choose to feel. Okay, you may be bombarded with work. You may have a lot going on, but remember, okay, the 10 of Wands is a person carrying 10 wands on their back, and they are choosing to gather their strength, every last ounce of their willpower, and forge ahead to the end, okay? So this is right before that moment when this is upright. This is right before that moment where you decide, okay, it's time. I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to pick up this damn last wand, and I'm going to get to my destination, okay? Now, this is reversed, so I like that this is reversed because that energy is lessening. You're not feeling bombarded. You have a lot going on, but again, Gemini, if you're retreating a little bit and focusing on yourself, then you're liking this activity. You're liking all of these things to do because it's kind of keeping you in your mental state active, but not in a spinning sort of way where you get stressed out, okay? Now, how you feel about your situation. Queen of Pentacles, again, very similar to this, okay? Except it's reversed. So you're not feeling whole, okay? This could be work related. It may be impacting your relationships, but you're feeling a little, you're not feeling generous. Let me put it that way, okay? You may be upset and you're not feeling generous because the Queen of Pentacles is very generous. She's full of bounty, full of gratitude, full of generosity. And it's reversed. So I just keep getting compelled to say you're not feeling generous, okay? You're wanting to continue, or you're needing to continue focusing on yourself. And until you get a little bit more settled in that state, you won't want to open up. Okay, now this is what's very interesting, Gemini, is how your partner is viewing you, the Magician, reversed. Okay, they are viewing you as someone who isn't taking control of their situation. Okay, this is somebody who is a little disappointed because you have the power to do so, but you're not doing it, or at least this is how they're viewing you. All right, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And, if you are wanting to impress somebody, i.e. mostly yourself, okay, turn this card around. And who cares what they think about you, honestly? If you're needing to do this stuff and to get settled and get clarity in your mind, do it, okay? But just know that they're kind of viewing you as somebody that has all the tools and isn't really using them to maximize their benefit, okay? 7 of Pentacles, reversed. This is in your hopes and fears position. This means that you're deciding to not be tired, okay, at the growth of whatever it is that you're working on in your love life and work life. When this card is upright, everybody's gotten this card. That's so funny. You get tired, okay? You're planting your seed, you're building your garden, you're growing your garden, but it's taking too long and you're tired and you need to see more fruits from your labor. And when it's reversed, it's because you are going to start really seeing the fruits of your labor and you're choosing to finally buckle down. Because if you remember, the Eight of Pentacles is the man that has his head down and he's working. So this is that last final step. Again, same with the 9 of Wands. This is the last final step before you say, oh, I'm tired, okay? I'm sick of working on this relationship. I'm sick of trying to have this communication. I'm sick of trying to make this grow because it's not going anywhere. It's reversed. So you're not tired. You still want it to work. You still want it to grow. And if you look at the 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, it's like he decides to really fully, forcefully put his head down and make it work, okay? So this is reversed. So that's a good sign. And it's in your hopes and fears. So you're hoping that it continues, okay, and that it gets better. The outcome, the Hermit, you are still going to spend time in solitude, or at least even if you have children or you have a long-term partner and a marriage partner that you see every day, even if you continue with your relationship, because realistically, it's fairly solid, but you just have these moments of, where there's frustration, even then, you're going to be spending time retreating into your mind, working things out, figuring things out, getting grounded. This is the card of Virgo, okay? Getting grounded so you can feel in touch with who you are and what you want and where you're going and feel confident in yourself and your whole being and connected to your soul. Gemini, this means that your wishes can come true as long as you never stop seeking clarity and as long as you never stop taking things slowly and practically. Okay, be practical in your approach to love. Be practical in your approach to building things. Okay? Always stay true to yourself in staying clear. Okay? Analyze, think. Okay, never stop searching for clarity, and you won't. You're an air sign. You will always search for clarity, at least within yourself. But also not to get caught up so much in your head and actually work to build real tangible things. Pentacles are tangible items. Swords are of the mind, of the thought, their cognition. Okay, that's it. It's airy. You're in your head, which isn't bad. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a skill a lot of people don't have. But you also have to bring it back down and make it tangible, okay? And when you can combine those two, you can have everything you want. 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card, all right? When you can combine your thoughts and your wishes and your dreams, like the magician pulls things out of the air, pull it out of your head, get it out and make it real, okay? You can use any one of these things, pentacles, swords, wands, actions, emotions, anything you have, you can make a reality if you pull it out of the air and make it real. Something that is tangible, okay?